Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Charles and this is episode 19 of our Flashback Friday series on Mars. We are back on Mars here. I'm going down the ramp the proper way. I just kind of jumped off the side the last time, but going down the proper way, and you see it brings us down by the shop and the park that I put in so families can come and enjoy the day here. Have a little green space, and so anyway, that was all in my in the storyline of my series. You'd have to go back and watch that, which I wouldn't mind at all if you wanted to do that in order to find out. Now, I have progressed this on beyond where we were the last time, because I think you can all agree we had a long way to go. Oh, I've already moved this. We finished baling the cotton in this field, and I moved the harvester up here, so I will... Oh, this thing is dirty. And even though I'm going to have to do it again, one of my favorite mods that I used all the time in 22 that I don't have in 25 is this. And it's the instant wash. And if I get out, you can see that, you know, it used to be dirty, and it's all nice and clean now. I just hit the insert key, and all of a sudden this thing is gleaming. It gets splashed with water, and it's done. I do have a mod, I think, in 25 that cleans all the things, but I think it's when I switch over to the day that it cleans the machinery and everything. But not the instant like that. I used it when I saw on somebody else's page. Let me get this going. I saw on somebody else's page, you know, like essential mods and everything, video that they had done, and you know, that was one of them, and I thought, well, okay, I'll get that. That seems like I'd use it every now and then, and I used it all the time. Really wish that we still had that, but anyway. Something also new that I did, you saw we still had that sugarcane done. I have finished that triple field on the other side. We still have this one down here, and I have started this one over here, and you might notice this is a different harvester than what we had the last time. It's essentially, and actually it is exactly the same thing, just in a different color, because I decided, you know, if I'm going to be harvesting all these fields, then I'm going to need a new one, so I just bought a new one. In total, with the header and everything, you know, it cost me, what, about $237,000, something like that? Yeah, $237,000. I have also increased the amount that these will hold. You know, the other one, our original one, was holding 250,000 liters, and I was having to empty that thing way too often. And when I was buying this one, I saw that there was another setting above that. So now you can see that we have 1 million liters of sugarcane in this harvester, and I am having to take it back over here because, of course, I ended up on the other side of the map from the silo where I was putting all the sugarcane. So I am going to deposit this, going by the cows and the chickens there. I may take you in those domes and give you a little bit of a tour of those a little bit. Okay, and there goes the sugarcane, and that's another 1 million liters of sugarcane in that there. So I am going to, you see that we have, driving across here, all of our old sugarcane fields. And we've got this one left. This is, I think, the biggest one that we have left, so I'm going to pull this up here and I'm going to hire a worker and get them. No field found, not close enough to it, I guess. There we go. Still no field found. Okay, well, let's Let's back off of this. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this sugarcane is not even ready yet. Did I plant this a month later than... Wow, okay, maybe I did. You'll have to forgive me, I didn't even look at that. It has been a long, long time since I did anything with these fields, since I've even been on this map, and I hadn't remembered what all I had done. So we've got another day until that's ready. So we're not going to get the total on that, I guess. Instead, I'll go ahead and start it on this down here. Now, got some obstructions in the way in this field, so we'll see how far that guy gets. Now, you'll notice that he didn't finish off this field over here. I do have my other harvester all the way down here at this end. Now, I have taken the time. Oh, yeah, here's another one that's a dirty, dirty mess. We'll wait to clean it, I guess. But this one, you know, this is the one we originally had. I have gone in and made the change to this, so it is now also 1 million liters. So we have the rest of this field. So, yeah, even, you know, there is still a lot left in this field, as much of it as that other harvester took. You know, 1 million liters out of here, and I had started it on this field, and there was 1 million liters just in what it harvested, so... Okay, now we'll go down this long side here. See, this is the section that the other one was working on, so we'll go back and try and straighten this up a wee bit anyway. Okay, and I'm not going to make you watch this entire harvest or anything. There are some other things we need to do, some housekeeping things. Those other fields that the cotton harvester did, we still have to pick up the bales from those and get those sold. You see we're back down to just under 29 million, back at 28,985,000. That's because I bought that other harvester like this. So, but you know, an investment for the future, I guess. So. Especially if all of these fields that had sugarcane in them regrow, and we end up having to do this harvest again sometime, or I do. I don't know if I'll bring you back for another segment of Flashback Friday just to see it. But if any of you out there have FS22 and you have not experienced this map, I will tell you there were 2 versions of this map that the map creator, I think it was Farmer Bob, that he put out, and quite frankly I like this one a lot better. You may be of a different opinion. He redesigned it in part 2, and there are roads going through it, and you know, it kind of, there's traffic. It connects with, I guess, connects with some of the other domes. There's a train that goes around it and everything. There's more industry in it. It's, you know, he's redone the animal things and stuff. It wasn't so much to my liking. I never did download the second version of it, but I saw the tour of it, and and said, nope, I've already got my version 1. So, but if you, if you think you might enjoy this game, then I encourage you to, or this map, and you've got 22 already, then I encourage you to go ahead and check this out, especially if you want to get yourself into a long challenge. Now, I've told you that we had to plant 10,000 trees, and also I was counting up my tractors, and I, in the last episode, what was it? I came to like 6, and actually that total is 9. I forgot completely about my tractor that's pulling the water, that's refilling the water and the liquid fertilizer over at the coffee greenhouse. And also I have another one that is pulling a diesel tanker that is keeping another production that I have here going. And let's see, let's go ahead and put that on I'll send that off on a worker. I have another production that does like gold and gemstones and things like that. So let's see, I think, yes, I left the telehandler down here. So we'll go find, where is the furthest away cotton bale that we have left. I think we got everything from those 2 fields. It's somewhere in this one. And we've got, I can't remember. I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 bales in this one. I can see one off in the distance over here. Yeah, I've got that, I've got a little electric tractor that's pulling the greenhouse water and fertilizer tankers, and I've got another one of those electrics that's pulling that diesel tanker, and then I actually have there's another tractor, a Massey Ferguson tractor that I have pulling a trailer for that same gold and jewel production. Because it has multiple parts to it. It has like a rock quarry that I have to pick up rock from and take it into a place that refines it down into pay dirt. And then take it to somewhere that takes that dirt and separates everything and then sends it on to another production, and that's where I go to pick up. Okay, drop that off there, and that is selling. That gets us back up another above 29 million. Okay, 77,278. Can't remember if that's more, less, or around the same as what we got last time. So yeah, we'll get this one, and there should be like one and maybe a partial one. We'll have to see what the harvester ends on. Okay, so now that we have this field cleared, we'll leave that there to sell. It's in progress. We don't have to stand here and watch it, I guess. It'll be should be another payment like the last one. But yeah, that other Massey Ferguson tractor that we have that's pulling that trailer was one of my tractors that was part of the original equipment that I got going here on the farm. It was the tractor that planted all 10,000 of the trees that I planted. Let's see, has it let out a bale on this field over here yet? Not near to us anyway. Looks like it's on the last looks like it's on the last row over there, so we might be ejecting that. Nope. We might be ejecting that bale just at whatever state it's in right now. Oh no, it does have a little bit more to go, so I'll just leave the telehandler right there so we can grab whatever it shoots out next. I am going to grab my tractor here, my white Valtra. White or silver, whatever color that is, planter here. Let's see, I can never remember if that is closed. Yeah, I can't remember if it's a different color when it's closed or not. We'll see. Okay, that's the seed. Okay, seed and fertilizer, and we are going to put in some canola. Go around all of our cornfields here. Close the seeder there. Okay, I do have it set on canola, so I'm going to get a worker, get out of the way so I can run over like I normally do. And okay, so we got canola going into that field there. We'll go over and pick another tractor. And again, slightly color coordinated anyway. I think it's got enough in it to do what I was going to ask it to do, but we can have it filled anyway. Close that cover. I'll go ahead before I get too far ahead of myself and change that to canola. It'd be just like me to forget and let it just go on and start planting something else I didn't intend to. As you have guessed, these seeders are direct drill. They do not need to be. They do not need to be. Okay. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this was the last tractor that I had bought on the series. I don't tend to like these jointed tractors too much, but I got it in the sale. And it was a really, really good deal, and it's hugely powerful. So I use it, if I can squeeze through here, I use it for these big seeders. Go ahead and top this one up too. Now this takes this seeder takes you know, regular seed, and it takes liquid fertilizer. There we go. And this one will get the big field. That was the big field of cotton. I guess it was a double field, a double of double the size of one of these that I started one of the other seeders on. So okay, I guess that cotton harvester is still going. Just waiting for that worker to turn around. We'll get this going, and then we'll see how our workers are doing on those last sugarcane fields. Now, let's see, with this, I know, with this, okay, yeah, remember to put it on canola, I almost forgot that. Okay. With this, I'm going to go down this end, and then I'm going to go across the bottom, because on the other end of this field, it has a tendency to get stuck on the, you know, the trees get a little bit close down there, and it does some funny things and decides not to plant part of it. So that is the one thing that I have to do with this field, and I think all the rest of them are okay. Don't have to do anything special with them. See, last time this field didn't get planted quite all the way out to the edge, so I'm making sure to get plenty over that time. This time. Oh, really? Am I just outside that? Well, I'll come back and clean that up after the worker's finished. I'm already going in a straight line here, so... I was trying to be so careful. Always put some of it outside the field to start out with. I should have learned my lesson. Okay, it looks like our blue sugarcane harvester has finished. So we'll be in a perfect position. I'll send, when I get to the other side here, yeah, you can see those trees here get a little bit close to the end. Even our cotton harvester missed a few little bits down here. Yeah, looks like that harvester missed a little bit, so we'll have to come back and get those bits and then see where the other one is, because we may be finished unexpectedly with our harvest of sugarcane for the day. Yeah, you can see here, for some reason, there's a whole strip that didn't get planted the last time when I put the cotton in here. And I didn't notice that until the cotton was already growing, so it was too late to do anything about it. Okay, I'll go ahead and put that on a worker. Jump out and run to the side. So I ran out far enough that I won't get run over or stop them. Yeah, I see these. They leave a little bit right here at the end. Not too much anyway. Another 37.5, something like that. Not too much left. I never know why the workers miss some of the strips. You know, they have made some improvements to the workers in 25. Yeah, a lot missed down here too. They've made some improvements, but you know, there are some times I have to admit in 25 that I set a worker off and I just kind of wish they were a little bit dumber, I guess. You know, that I'm like, oh, you know, a worker on 22 wouldn't have done it this way, and I just kind of wish sometimes you could get them just to go up and down the field. Okay, let's just do this. Let's go across and get something like that. Okay, that should be the last bit of this. Now, let's go, since we're already in this one, let's just go over here and see. Well, I knew that I missed this because it was the bit that when I initially created this field that was out of line with the rest of it. So let's go over here and see where our other harvester ended up. Looks like it did all of it, so... Oh, no, we missed one little bit right there, so we will grab that. And off we go to the silo. Well, I guess we'll get our total after we empty these two, but it's the total minus that one field that wasn't ready today. So, whoa, a little bit of drifting and taking that corner a little bit too fast. what happens when you're in a souped-up harvester that will, you know, top 70 miles an hour going along here. There's 40,000 more liters back in there. Okay, we'll grab our other harvester, see how much it's got in it. Wow, okay. This has got 644,717. Okay, I got lost sight of where I was going. Turned a little bit too sharp. I just got a notification that a worker had finished, so that's either one of my seeders or it's my cotton harvester. Okay, and since this guy is done, wash it. You saw the color just suddenly get lighter on it there. Okay, now we have 5,699,073 liters. Wow, and we can add another. What is it? 154,000 liters, because, or no, 104. So that's 5,703,073 liters. Wow. Now, obviously, we're gonna get an untold number of liters off of this next field, but okay, we left this guy here. Looks like we deposited one more bale. It was our cotton harvester that finished. It's going to be our last bale that we take. Our seeders are working hard on those fields, and I guess this one that we're taking this bale off of will be the last one to be seeded, and we'll do that one in canola as well. That looks like the next thing to be harvested will be the corn. That should only be a little ways off. Slow going in this thing, but it is a big payoff when you get there, so. And we'll have to remember to bring the seeder back down here and get that little end that I missed. So otherwise I'll have that stubble sitting there. back here for now. Puts it in exactly the wrong place for where I'm going to need it next, but that's okay. So we've only got this one more sugarcane field to go, but you know, we've got just under 6 million liters of sugarcane harvested. That is just phenomenal. Now our honey. Enable that. So we're at 19,200 liters on that. That's close enough. It'll keep, you know, the longer we sit there, the more it'll keep cranking out, but that's almost a full load. It's within 800 liters of being a full load, so I'll go ahead and take it down here. Now, as I have discovered, this one over a distance, this semi will get up to a nice speed too, and it is definitely not one that you can make sudden turns in. It will tip over. I have experienced that before and had to use my telehandler to move it back, to turn it back over. Okay, so I have to slow down, and it's been at this corner where I've done it, so I'll see I missed a little wisp in that part of the field there too. Now when I do this, I like to go, since I've got this side open already, I like to go down here. I'll kind of line it up and then kind of go to the side so I can try and sell it all as one thing. So 54,253 for a little less than 20,000 liters of honey. Park this back down there, and that'll take us back to the other end where I wanted to be anyway, because I'll take you by and show you the insides, how I've got the insides of the animal domes set up. Okay, so before we get to the animal domes, I was telling you about the gold and jewel production. It starts here. There's a little quarry. I just have to come under this pipe here and load stone. And then it's hard to get through, but over here is my pay dirt. I have to put it in, or I have to put it in here and take it out of here, and then it goes over to this production, and this is the one that takes the diesel. It takes water and diesel, and here is here's the Massey Ferguson 7719S, and the trailer this trailer that's all it does is move the rock and the pay dirt between the productions and everything. But this is the tractor that planted all the trees that are in the dome. And over here is our little electric tractor. And I've got to sell everything, because I found out that when I put this production in, the products that this sells at the end will not sell in the regular sell points here. And so I had to put this down just for selling those. And then this is the last, and there's nothing currently in it, but let's let's see, will it give me any kind of... yeah, it's making jewelry, golden cat statues, and silverware. So it will pop pallets back there and then pick those up. In behind the domes here, I've got a little BGA back here, and I've got there's my slurry spreader. And I've got a little production back here that slurry and water go in and solid fertilizer comes out. You can see I've got like 45,589 liters of solid fertilizer. I always forget about this when I'm going to, you know, it's one of those out of sight, out of mind things, and I did it to myself. I put it somewhere where there was plenty of room and it wouldn't be in the way of anything else, but, you know, I forget about it being back here half the time. So now the animal domes here. You know, they are equipped with these same airlock doors. Now, when I first got in here, this wasn't what was here. There were barns in here for with the automatic feeding robots and stuff, and I didn't want to play with those. And in order to put anything in these domes, I actually had to hide the dome, change what was inside, and then unhide the dome and put it back around it. So we've got a little water fill point here. We've got a little enclosure for I think like 25 cows here, and there's also one over here on the other side. And then you've got this here, and I think I can't remember how many this holds now. Maybe this will... Yeah, it's 140. So there's 140 cows in there. And then in here, I had a lot of unused land in here, and I actually cultivated this up. And about half the time I would plant barley in here because I needed it for my pig food. But this is not the pig dome. This is actually the chicken dome. And I have actually put in extra chickens, extra space for chickens. I've got three of the enclosures, and each one of them holds 360. I can't remember now what the you were tasked with having a certain number of each of these animals to meet the challenge and everything, and so I think in all of the domes have more than what these are the sheep. This in here is also a grass field that I would use to feed the sheep. So you can see 4 sheep enclosures. Each one held 65. So those are the sheep, and then we'll go into the pigs. Now the pigs, if you've raised pigs and you know, and if you've made your own pig food, they take a lot of different ingredients to make that pig food. So I have in here 6 greenhouses. I've got 3 greenhouses on this side. I've got 3 greenhouses on this side, and almost everything that those greenhouses make. I think there's like cotton and oats and maybe something else, I can't remember what, that are not products that go in the greenhouse. Everything else are not products that go into the pig food production, but everything else goes in here. Yeah, barley, canola, sugar beet, sorghum, wheat, soybeans, and there's some missing materials. I'd have to go back and find out what those are. And so each one of these enclosures holds 270. I've got 2 pig enclosures, so they're exactly the same. And then those are the only ones we're required to have. And then over here, you know, I've told you about that. This used to be my main equipment dome, and I moved everything a lot more centrally and everything. And so what we have in here are some horses. Now I put these horses in purely for Wow, we've got more than what I thought. Maybe they reproduced. So anyway, I put these horses in just to go along with the storyline and everything. But I did, I did come in and I did ride them and brush them and do all of that, and kept their food up inside and everything. I think they've still got, stacks and stacks of straw bales around here that I made with a conventional baler and then brought in here. Yeah, usually I put the food directly into right here. You can see I have not ridden them lately because I haven't been back on this map. That's Patches. That's not one of the... That's Sunrise. That's one of the originals. Oh, okay. Come on, will you not tell me who this one is? Yep, that's not one of the originals. Evening Star is. Midnight is. Yeah, I think all these horses just, duplicated themselves. Godfrey, yeah, Godfrey is not one of the originals. Yeah, that's Velvet. Nope, Velvet wasn't either. So, yeah, oh, there I am. Let me close that gate so they don't get out. Oh, no. There we go. I got out. So yeah, so that is pretty much the tour of the farm. I think you've had a tour of most of it. We haven't gone around the upper level, but there are only a few things to see around there. There's the satellite dish. There's a water tower. There's where the shuttle comes in and departs and stuff. That big rocket thing there is outside the dome. Fun map anyway. So anyway, that I think is what we're going to do today, and we're going to call episode 19 to a close. I want to thank everybody who's watched, and if you liked it, then please go down below and hit the like button. If you didn't, go ahead and hit the dislike. But if you do, leave me a comment. Well, leave me a comment either way. And if you have not already, please go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell so you can be notified for whenever I post new videos. Looks like these two are done, so I'll go ahead and get them folded up, washed, and then put away. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. This brings a close to Flashback Friday number 19, and I'll see you next time and in one of my other series. So bye for now.